Happy Thursday, everybody. I'm Amanda Head, the Hollywood Conservative, and this is your Hollywood Minute. I hear a lot of folks out there who seem very depressed and in the doldrums about the direction of this country, and I get it because there's so much news that exemplifies the corruption, the moral depravity, and decay in our nation. I get it, I promise. However, John and I were talking about this on the show yesterday. By the way, if you don't tune into our show, you should. It's every night at 6 p.m. Eastern on Real America's Voice. My show with John Solomon. It's called Just the News, No Noise. Anyway, and we talk about, the fact that there is so much exposure now to the corruption. Of course, yeah, it sucks that there's corruption. The sunny side of it is, the silver lining is that we now know it, so we can fix it. Assuming we have people with spines in Washington, Republicans with spine, maybe they need to have their dry cleaners add a little starch to their shirt so they can stand upright. But folks, who can fix these things? Obviously, the issue with the FBI, this is something that we've spoken about on our show as well. There's something called fencing in when it comes to funding in Washington, D.C. and budget bills on Capitol Hill. And that's something they can do with respect to the FBI. They don't have to completely defund it. But this is something Kash Patel talks about. They can take away Christopher Wray's private jet. They can do things to force compliance. And they should. But on the culture side of things, because that's what I want to talk about. I know that we all see content coming out of Hollywood and the music industry and acting and film and things like that. And it's disgusting. I get it. However, there has been so much backlash. I think that the point at which conservatives realized that they really did have a voice and they could make a difference was obviously the Bud Light boycott. And I think that taught a very important lesson that even as a staple American company, a brand like Budweiser, a product like Bud Light that is so central to much of middle American culture, including myself, I used to love Bud Light Lime. The fact that conservatives were willing to boycott that and move to something like Yuengling, I think that sent a very, very strong message to companies who aren't even in the beverage sector. And that extends to Bob Iger of Disney, because he has essentially admitted that if you go woke, you go broke. Now, he has blamed much of Disney's demise on his predecessor, Bob Chapek, who I think was only the CEO for sometime around a year. So it's absolutely ludicrous that Bob Iger is blaming poor Bob Chapek. Not that I feel that bad for him. But anyway, in no uncertain terms, he has recognized the fact that so much of the content that Disney has put out that has been woke has just absolutely tanked. So he said, entertainment first, not messages. He said this at the New York Times Deal Book Summit. He said that positive messages for the world are great, but shouldn't be forced on the public or used as the story's primary job. Hallelujah. So he goes on to comment about Bob Chapek and blaming it on him, of course. But in 2023, 11 of 12 of Disney's theatrical films lost money to the tune of $750 million. $750 million is how much money they lost on these films because of garbage content, woke content, like Toy Story, where they throw in a lesbian kiss. How ridiculous in a kid's movie. So stupid. Go woke, go broke. This message needs to resonate across every single company in America, and you guys can help do that. All right, everybody, head over to my website, thehollywoodconservative.us, sign up for my daily emails. Go to my pillow, use my promo code Hollywood. I'll see you tomorrow.